Welcome back, everyone. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the best iMessage tricks and tips that you can utilize in 2021. Now, a lot of these are pretty much proponent to iOS 15. So if you have iOS 15 on installed on your device, then this is perfect. If not, there's still some other ones that you can utilize, which I'm sure some of you will end up appreciating. So the very first thing I want to showcase is an oldie but a goldie, but it's a little different. So as most of you know, when you send an iMessage to somebody, I'm using this my own account essentially to send these, you can send, text and stuff as with an effect pretty much. So if I send hi as an example, if I go and hold down the side just like so, you can get into this little panel. So again, in case I just did that kind of fast, you can type in hi just like I did on the message board. But if you hold down the send icon, so I'll go and do it again, hold down the send icon, you'll come into this little panel. Now what'll happen here is you can go ahead and send a specific, hi text like this with a slam effect, with this type of thing, so on and so forth. And I'm sure most of you already know this. So you can go and click here, for example, and then go ahead and send it out by clicking the send button. But you can actually do this exact same thing with photos, which is so awesome. So in order to send a photo with an effect, what you want to do is you want to locate your little iMessage, box down here. You want to go and click on the photo icon right here, and you want to find a photo to send out. So in this specific case, so let's just say I wanted to send out, this specific photo. I don't even know what it is. It's like a bed or something. Now, if I wanted to send this photo with an effect, I do the same exact thing. So I hold down the little send icon, and I go ahead and choose whichever effect I want to go ahead and send it with. Now, if I want to do this, this is kind of interesting because you can actually go ahead and change it, if you brush it over. So that was funny. So if I want to send it with a slam effect, I can go and click that, click it with the slam effect, and you will see that the photo will send essentially to the person with the slam effect. Now, it does glitch up a little bit on iOS 15 since this is a beta, but this is a really cool thing. I'm sure some of you may actually like this. Now, another cool little effect that we have, not a cool little effect, but a cool little feature that we have with iOS 15 on iMessage is that we do now have this new FaceTime icon within iMessage. So if we go into a person, we can see up top, we can now directly just FaceTime the person by clicking up here and then either choosing a FaceTime audio or FaceTime video. Before, there was nothing on the top right corner. We actually had to click here, and then we had to, essentially send an iMessage or, click FaceTime call or whatever within this specific panel. But now we can actually do that within the iMessage prompt itself, which I think that in and of itself is really awesome. Now, another thing I want to showcase to you guys, which is even cooler, is first of all, you guys know with iOS, I think since iOS 14 or 13, you had the ability of pinning iMessages. So let's say you had tons of iMessages with tons of people. Well, we can actually pin iMessages by swiping to the side, and I think swiping to this side and pinning this specific message like so. So when you pin a message, it'll essentially look like this. But here's the thing, let's say you wanted to unpin somebody. You essentially hold it down like this, you click unpin, and the message will come back as it normally would. But did you know now with iOS 15, you can actually pin iMessages within your message app? So not the full message, but within an individual person. So right now, I think it only works with links somebody sends you, so it doesn't work on text. But if somebody sent you a link like this, so in this case it's yapple.com, so if they sent you like a website or something, well, you can actually pin that specific website or whatever by holding it down like this. And as you can see, there's a new pin icon. So now you can go and click pin, and you will see that the message will now be pinned right there. So I think that's really awesome. So if I go back into it, you can see that the message is pinned up there, which I think is really awesome. So now in order to access the pins, what you want to do is you want to click on their name up there, and you'll be able to see the pins or the messages that you pinned right here, including websites and I think alerts and other things. So that's a really cool thing right there. And again, that is new with iOS 15. So keep that in mind. That is a really cool feature. Now, I'm sure a lot of you already know this, but the pew pew effect and all those things, essentially, if you send these specific messages to people, they still work on iOS 15, which is great. So if you send pew pew, for example, just like so, you can go ahead and send that specific text, and you'll see that we do now have this. This has been there for a while, as you guys can see. Another one that some of you may know is Happy New Year. So if you type in Happy New Year, you'll go ahead and get into this little thing. So it'll essentially do the same thing, but this time fireworks. So I think that's really cool. The phone will also vibrate, which is really awesome. Another one is happy birthday. So if we go ahead and type in happy birthday, you'll go ahead and see this little thing come up, which is just all the balloons, which again is so funny to see. And it'll go and happen twice, I think, because of, yeah, there we go. So I thought happy Valentine's Day was one, apparently it isn't, which is totally okay. But congratulations is another one. So you can go ahead and click on congratulations and you'll see this confetti stuff come down, which in my opinion is one of the most satisfying, little effects ever. It just looks so good. I could watch that all day. Now, you may already know this, but you can actually go ahead and send out individual effects similar to that with the effects panel again. So if we hold down the side right there, we'll get into this panel. But if you go and swipe over to, literally down like that, you'll basically be able to send individual text with a specific effect. So as you can see, I'm swiping through. So this is like the confetti one, which is like a congratulations one, which I think is cool to see. You can go and do the same thing with all these other effects. So here's that love one. I don't know if it was Happy Valentine's Day or whichever one it was, but you can essentially see it here. Swiping over, that's the pew pew one. And again, you can use any of these and send them over via your text. So essentially, if you want to send one that looks like this, you go ahead and click the send little icon there. So now you don't even have to send, Happy New Year or Happy whatever. It'll go ahead and send it with that effect, which is really cool. Now, the last little thing I want to show you is another cool little iOS 15 feature. So before, when we sent photos in, iMessage, they would essentially just send individually. So you would just see a bunch of photos on your camera roll, which would be kind of annoying. But now if you actually send a photo with an iMessage, you will see that the photos are now stacked on top of each other. So before, as you guys remember, like I mentioned, the photos would send one, it'd be like one photo, then another photo, another photo, another photo. In this case, they are all stacked. So now you can go ahead and open it like this and just literally see all the photos like that. Now, if you want to get out, you can just swipe out like this, and you will see that it makes the whole entire experience a little bit cleaner. So this was another thing I was really excited for, and you get a little preview on the side of how many photos are in that specific, little thing that was sent. So you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a couple photos here, and again, you see the same exact photo thing here as well. So that's another really awesome little thing. And now within iOS 15, we also have the opportunity, for that matter, to actually save photos on this side. So now before, as most of you know, you can also like hold it down and save all the photos by clicking save. But now you actually have the option of just clicking on that little save button on the side. So this makes it a lot easier. So if you just want to save, you click save, you can click save to photo library, and you can do this with all your messages for the photos. So now you can see, if you want to click on here, you can save it on the side. Same exact thing on the other one. So if I go back in here, I go to the other photos, I can go and save these as well. So that's another really awesome thing for sure. And those are just a couple of my favorite iOS 15 or even like iMessage features, tricks, and tips that you can use on iMessage, either on iOS 14, and some of them are on iOS 15, like I mentioned with the ones that I stated. So if you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.